I'm not gonna lie, Forbidden West has me taken aback. It's a masterpiece. It's a brilliant game. Although I've not completely finished it yet, I've seen a lot of the map and I've got quite a little bit of gameplay, though not every point that I'm making is going to be followed up by some cool clip. But I'm going to offer some spoiler-free review here of just what I think of the game so far. So first, let's talk about the visuals. I mean, what more can I say? They are absolutely stunning. You have all these real-life locations so perfectly converted to fit into the game's world. There are so many different habitats as well. Everything seems full, and nowhere is too empty or barren unless, of course, it fits the environment. When you look out onto the horizons as well, it's always rendering the stuff there, so it's never just a barren wasteland wherever you're looking into the distance. Climbing to the peaks of mountains offers all these scenic displays, and of course you can use your glider to get down, which anyone would want to do. The jungles and forests are filled with fauna, making them seem so alive and full. And standing on the beaches looking out to the water, well, talking about the water, it's crystal clear, it's realistic, and it looks wonderful. And everything about this game's visuals and graphics just adds so much to the sense of immersion. Now, a big part of the game that's been updated is the climbing. It's a lot more varied now, with the ability to scan surfaces to reveal handholds, and it's absolutely amazing. It just adds a lot more depth into what you can do and allows you to traverse the environment in such an interesting way, reaching all these points where in Zero Dawn you would never have dreamed of being able to reach them. Now, the DualSense controller has been pretty tricky for me to test, considering I've been playing through the game on PS4, but from what I've done on my brother's PlayStation 5, I can say that the adaptive triggers really add to the immersion. They mimic the tension of the bow and all the different weapons you're using, just to feel like you're actually using them. And the built-in speakers as well will create little sounds that will represent, of course, what you're doing in the game. Now, what's also cool is the feeling of thuds and impacts that you can experience in both the PS5 and the PS4 controller. The PS4 controller has the limited haptics, but it does provide a little bit, but the PS5 controller obviously does it with a lot more detail and a lot more variation. Now, the story, don't worry, no spoilers. Although I am yet to actually finish the main story of the game myself, I've explored much of the map and done quite a lot of side quests, and I can say that we're getting a lot of returning characters, lots of brilliant new characters, and just gripping journey for Aloy to travel on, and so far I've loved it. Especially the scenes leading up to the title card, they were just amazing. Now, a small improvement, but definitely a worthwhile one, will be the changes to the animations, especially when talking to NPCs during side quest. It just breathes so much more life into the characters, making them so much nicer to interact with. The NPCs express themselves so much more, and it makes them seem so much more interesting, and it adds a lot of depth to them. With the overall animations just being so much better, with them patching the glitches like the ones in Zero Dawn where towards the end of the game, in the cinematics, you would switch to the default outfit. Overall, these animations are just amazing, and seeing these characters being able to express themselves fully just makes me so much more interested in interacting with them. Now, the combat in this game is absolutely amazing, and it's the best I've seen in a while. We have options for all these different machines. Each one must be approached differently with unique ways to attack them. Some of them you must attack close up and some at range. Some you must be quick and make really fast movements, while others will try to slow you down, so you have to take your time to make these really precise shots. And on top of this, we have the huge skill tree which offers so many different ways to do things. It allows you to upgrade your melee attacks, your ranged attacks, and your stealth attacks, which just adds each aspect of the game so much more depth and so much more variety in the way you can approach it. On top of this, you can form these high damage combos to take out enemies quickly. Now, your focus will only help to highlight it more. In literally highlighting the weak points of enemies, you can pick out certain points you want to attack to deal damage really quickly, and you can even pick parts you want to knock out to use in crafting. Now, the elemental system, of course, adds this, I guess, rock, paper, scissors sort of method, just like in Pokemon and other games, where certain elements will deal high damage to other ones, which just kind of force you to use certain ones, which can be a little bit annoying. It does mean you can't just play with one weapon through the game and master it, but that also means that you are using all the different weapons and you're finding the specific ones you like more. Overall, the combat is just amazing, and the depth and variety in it is so vast that you can just adapt to whatever sort of style you want to approach it with. Now, of course, in this game, there's a lot more that you can tame after you acquire the Master Override. It allows you so much access over the far reaches of the land, and yes, I am talking about flying mounts, which are absolutely amazing. But this taming system offers so much variety and traversal, but also with combat with each machine that you can tame, having all these different unique attacks. Overall, this game is just amazing, and you should play it. There are a few aspects that are a little bit lackluster, like the elemental system, and then a few glitches with popping, but overall the game holds its own so well, I feel like it'll be a really good contender for Game of the Year.